Hey, it's Cosmic Charles, and I'm back with another video. So, uh, finally, I'm coming back with some Temur Cascade, a deck that's incredibly fun. I'm not sure how competitive it's going to be in the meta, but one of my one of the commenters on my YouTube channel, I believe one of the subscribers, though I can't really tell. He didn't give me his MTGO name, so I'm not sure. So if you're listening, please leave a comment down below so you can take credit for your changes. He never stopped working on the deck, and I just absolutely love the changes that he made to it. So basically, he cut down the Veggie Hunter, he cut down the Muldrifter, and he put some Sagu Wildlings in the deck, which have been pretty good for consistency and also just having like good hits in the deck and some life gain is nice as well. He also cut down one Brainstorm too. I think that's fine actually because this is kind of you'd rather save these for when you're trying to cascade off, so you don't really need four. You're trying to get because as you're trying to get set up. We have four Writhing Chrysalis in the deck now, which has been very good. It's just a very powerful card, so the deck's felt great. Now, typically the matchups where this deck shines is against U-Tempo and removal pile decks, because you can just outdraw pretty much anything because of all the value you have in the deck. You have 4, 8, 10, 13, 21 cards that replace themselves, so it's pretty good. Brainstorm is also very good because of all these bounce lands. You can pick up your lands, put them back in, and shuffle them away, so it's pretty nice. And I guess I'll explain this deck a little bit more. So basically what you're trying to do, you have these ramp spells. You have a Boreal Grazer. Oh, I don't have the old board, whatever. Explore and Growth Spiral. So how does this work? Well, you have these help, obviously these let you play an extra land each turn. But it's kind of hard to take advantage of that because it means you have to have a lot of lands in hand, which means means you're flooding out if you're taking advantage of these unless you have these Karoo lands, these bounce lands. These lands fuel your land drop spells by essentially returning the land that you're going to play as an extra land. So that's pretty good. No Ponza, please. A little bit of a joke. I was running two Bountiful Landscape today. This is another one of the I would say improvements that the commenter did. Yeah, which has been better than Ash Barrens for sure. Because you can cycle it, you can play it like, not to mention, the Saga Wildling kind of replaces the Aspirant effect to a degree. What else am I talking about here? Oh, you have snaps as your interaction, and as a protection, and as a way to ramp. So it's kind of like doing it all here. And moving on to the sideboard, Weather the Storm is here for burn. Now, I don't have the full art Weather the Storms because I already have four of these, and I just can't really justify, selling cards in order to buy four more like full art cards for this deck. I'm not doing it, which is also why I have, well, they only actually had one of the Lightning Bolt that I wanted. Had they had two, I would have bought that art, but they didn't. So we have this full art Lightning Bolt here. This is for burn to get rid of Gutter Snipes, and it's also for the new combo deck that's out, just to have a little more interaction, and for other decks where you'd want this removal spell. You can also go face as well. Might not be right, but I couldn't really think of what else to put there. Like, I didn't really like Hydroblast in this spot. I didn't really like Cast Into the Fire either. Breath Weapons for, go wide decks. Serene Heart is for any deck that runs auras, so that's against the Hydra. It's against the... because Hydra's really bad, except for Elves. I wouldn't bring this against Elves. It's there for red-green ramp, and it's also there for Bogles, and the white Bogles, obviously. Crop Rotation is here because it combines with Barrow Downs or Bajuka Bog in order to be an instant speed Grave Hate, like exile the Grave card. We can also combine Barrow Downs with Growth Spiral as an instant speed Grave Hate. Bajuka Bog's here because when you have it against something like Terror, it's essentially like you will never have a graveyard ever again, because like at least not on my turn, because we have this so many bounce lands every turn and play this. Mortuary Mire is for the grindy matchups where you want to, where they're killing a lot of your creatures. Because it's puts a creature on top, it works very well with Cascade. It also works very well with Malevolent Rumble, which we're not running today because I don't think There's nothing I'd want to cut for a Malevolent Rumble. I like having 3 Sagu Wilding, like it really helps to ensure that you're hitting your land drops, because if you don't hit your land drops, this deck doesn't work. My concern is, while the commenter's changes did seem to fix a lot of the major consistency issues by going down on some of these top heavy cards, the deck still has the issue of if you don't see you don't have a turn 1 Arboreal Razor, I'm a little concerned the deck's not going to be strong enough for the meta. Now there are ways to get around not having turn 1 Arboreal Razor, like you could go turn a triple Explore between turns 2 and 3, and that could probably make you do some crazy things on turn 4, but you would still need to see 3 of these ramp effects, or the snap could help too. Anyway, I was playing in tournament practice, felt pretty good. Yeah, so we're gonna run into the league now, and hopefully dodge some combo decks and possibly burn. I haven't played against Madness Burn with this deck yet. I have played against the Go Wide Burn, which seems like a very good matchup for us. Yeah, Crystal Grotto is our tech land here. You can put any tech land you want here. I like this one because it filters, and the scry is very useful when you're a Cascade deck. Okay, and I think that about cuts it, or does it. So let's hop into a league, and hopefully we'll have a good time. I absolutely love playing this deck. It is so much fun to play. It's like my favorite mid-range deck to play. Right. And, what's happening here? Why am I... There we go. Play a league match. Yeah. Now, one of the reasons why it took me so long to play this deck again is because I sold this crop rotation a while back, and it was sold out. So I refused to play without this. I'm less concerned about the old border Arboreal Grazer, because again, I don't really care too much with the old border cards in this deck, but I probably should be running the old border one, and I'll change that after this league. It's just I don't really care that much. I would like to have the full art Weather the Storms, but I'm going to be playing with, what's it called, Ruby Storm soon, and once I build up a lot of ticks from playing that, maybe I'll consider buying some full art Weather the Storms. Yeah, Ruby Storm is the deck I play to fuel all of these things, because it has a very, very good win ratio. I played it 4 leagues recently, and half of them were UB Fae, and I still managed to get a 3-2 average. So it just tells you just how strong the deck is against non-UB Fae decks. UB Fae, though, feels like an impossible matchup. I played it 10 times and I only won twice. However, that was trending upwards, because I had come from a bit of a break in the deck, and those last 2, and I was getting better and better at playing against at the end, so maybe you could expect to have a 40 or 30% win ratio against UB Fae. The issue with UB Fae versus something like UB Terror is that UB Fae puts on the pressure early, whereas UB Terror isn't as quick. So so your plan of cutting Right of Flame and making land drops isn't very good against UB Fae, because if they just go Ninja, you're out of the game. I'm considering this for the next time I play UB Fae, doing something similar to what I do with Mono U, where I lead in my Right of Flames. You know what? We'll talk about that later. This is a different deck. So having a lot of fun with it. I remember I played in the tournament practice against some mono black or blue black control, and even with a turn 3 or 4 a monarchy out of them, you still outdraw them. It feels very good. I'm running these full art basics today because I didn't want to. I sold my other basics, and I did not want to rebuy the $5 lands. Also, I like the art on these more, even though they're cheaper. This was my Art Flex deck, so I was just putting all the most expensive variations in here. But now I'm not doing that. Oh, we're up against Spike Boy. Or hopefully he's not a Spike player, because, not good. Have to mulligan this. And we're going to have to mulligan this. This can happen. Alright, this is not good, but at least it's keepable. So we want this Muldrasher. We're going to get rid of Snap and Mountain. Yeah, this is a forest we keep it, but Mountain doesn't really help us here. Alright, we're going to play our Bountiful Landscape. least are on the play. You can like at least you can keep um, hands like this when you're on the play. Sorry, but not when you're on the draw. Otherwise, like going turn 2 Karoo land is just way too slow. So we're gonna grab a forest here. Best draw off the top would be Arboreal Grazer or Island. Neither. Okay. Always yield. We'll pick up a forest. So I have noticed, and because we cut 2 Ash Barrens, we don't have as many of our lands to go with these Karoo lands. We're going to go Growth Spiral. And put in a forest. Would have loved to have had a... We can go Avenging Hunter next turn. But again, that's like a turn for Avenging Hunter isn't that great. Especially if this is Monstertron. Which I imagine it is. Maelstrom Colossus is like 15 ticks now. I thought I had some of them. I was going to like try and sell them, but I guess I already sold them or something. When they like got up to like, I have no idea how much. I don't remember. Yeah, this is whatever it's called, Monstertron. So we're not going to go with the Avenging Hunter yet. We're just going to play the Muldrifter. I would like to play this that Growth Spiral, but not yet. And the goal is to hit a snap or something so we can play this Avenging Hunter on a better board state. Okay, we'll draw 2. Okay, not the best draws there. That's okay. Against Monstertron, I'm not actually sure if I have anything on the board for them. Like, I was running some Artifact Destruction. I'm not going to bother with that now. I don't think I need to run any other things too. I don't think I'll block here. I think I'll just take it. We'll go down to 14. Let's see what else they have. They go Tangled Islet, and they play a... Okay, so they don't have another big monster. That's good. That means I should probably go Avenging Hunter this next turn. I can go Growth Spiral into Avenging Hunter, which is what I guess I'll do. Shouldn't play the Crystal Grotto though. I guess I should play the Crystal Grotto first actually, to check for my Growth Spiral. 2 top, 1 bottom. And they gain some life, and they pass. Alright, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not quite enough. I'll be able to cast that next turn. So we're going to go Growth Spiral here. Actually, nope. Crystal Grotto first. So Crystal Grotto. Always yield. Let's see what's on top. I do not need another Karoo land. Put on the bottom. Now I'll go Growth Spiral. I'll play a forest. I would have liked to have had that Arboreal Grazer down, and we're actually going to block with this Avenging Hunter. If they let us. I'm not going to swing with this Muldrifter because I don't care about the 2 life so much, and they could have a monstrous emergence or something. Like monstrous emergence into something crazy. No, they do run the spaceship as well, so that could be a problem. We did not have a very fast hand this game. Next turn we can cast our Avenging Hunter though, and if we hit a Brainstorm, we can go Brainstorm into Avenging Hunter. Opponent's at 32 life of note, and we're at 14, so we might be in a spot of trouble. But we should be okay if we're able to draw out of this here. So what is this? Is this a spaceship? Or is it the Maelstrom Colossus? What do you have going on? Alright, we'll block here. Okay. 6-5, right? Yeah. It's good. They go. We're going to go, okay, Brambleworm. Oh, it has reach. I'm still going to go down through Forge, or should it? No. Forge or Lost Well? I guess I'll go Lost Well here. Oh, they have the kill ship for next turn. So we'll go Lost Well. We're going to look for a Snap here, or a Brainstorm. We don't want either of these, so put on bottom. Put on bottom. Not very good, unfortunately. So now we can go this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? I'll play the island here. So I can play one of these grazers. I'll go Avenging Hunter. Not Avenging Hunter, Annoyed Altasaur. Though I guess I should actuate cancel. Just in case we hit a brainstorm, I'll lead on this Arboreal Grazer. No response. I'll put the Is It Boilworks into play, no response. I'll return this. Now I'll play Annoyed Altasaur. Snap, nice. We hit a snap, not. So that means we get to keep the initiative for another turn. I'll untap, and I'll untap this forest here. No response. And I'll play a grazer. No response. Put a Crystal Grotto into play. And I'll put this Simic Growth Chamber on the bottom. And we'll attack for 2. Okay, so they have the kill ship. They have their, whatever it's called. I'm not overly concerned about their life gain because we can overwhelm it. I am concerned about a Cavaric's Torch. I'm also concerned about their spaceships. There's a lot of things to be concerned about here. We are the faster deck when we have a good hand. They can't really go. They can't go as fast as we can because of our brainstorm tech. And hopefully you can hear me okay. And hopefully I'm also recording. Yeah, I am. Okay. So they go something big here. Another Bramble Worm. Not going for the spaceship yet, eh? And an Impulse. So we can block this by triple blocking and then losing everything. I don't know how good that is, but we can't really continue to take as much damage. So I don't know if I don't like Arena. Stash doesn't really do anything. I am going to go down to the Arena because I don't think I really even want it. No, I'll go to Stash. I think I do want the Skeleton over the card draw. Nice. So we're going to, let's do 4, 6, 10, 11. So I guess I can cycle this thing first and see if I can hit a Brainstorm. Okay, there's an Explorer. 2, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, well, we can't cast that yet. So Annoyed Altasaur. Growth Spiral cast. No. Well, if only I had cast that. Well, I couldn't have because I wouldn't have enough mana to cast it again. And now we can actually block profitably, so we're just going to swing in with this. No, actually I guess we don't swing in because they have the kill ship and we need to leave open our defenses. And if they attack, we can gang block and try to outgrind them. The problem is they have the Cavaric's Torch. I do think that this deck does the best with Cascade out of any of the decks here, because it doesn't have nearly as many horrible hits as other decks do. They still have 3, 6, 8 mana available. That's a Maelstrom Colossus. What are you hitting here? They hit Generous Hand, so that's pretty good for them. Alright, so this deals 7, so we can go Mulldrifter plus that. Okay. So they swing. I mean, I would swing. They don't swing, so that's good for us. No response. We got a Sagu Wilding. So we'll lead on the Mulldrifter here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, I'm not really paying attention to my mana. Cast. There's another Annoyed Altasaur. Play a Forest. Play another Annoyed Altasaur. And then 3, 1, and 2. Oh, look, the treasure token came in handy. That's nice. Another Broil Grazer, not the best hit, but at least we have blockers for days. Response. So we can't actually get through with what we have, so we're going to need to try and take advantage of our dungeon here. Leave our things open. We're going to go down the other side of the dungeon in the future. She can't really afford to attack here. They should have attacked last turn, but they chose not to for reasons that I don't know. We're pretty dead to a Cavric's Torch or a Rolling Thunder, which I think is what why our opponent didn't attack last turn. So the trick is we need to go fast, fast, fast. We had like a do-nothing hand this game after mulliganing to 5, I believe, so, you know, that can happen. So what are they doing here? They're going for another Bramble Worm, gaining a bunch of life. This is a very good card for this deck. Kind of made it more possible. Like Boulder Grip, Branch Golem also helps, but with all this life gain, it's pretty sweet. So what are they doing now? I have no idea. So no response. We'll go into Throne here. Let's see what we hit. Avenging Hunter would be pretty good. We don't hit the Avenging Hunter. I don't want these boarding parties, or do I? I guess I do, because it'll kill this. Yeah, so we will take a boarding party here. I'd rather leave them in the deck Cascade, but it's better than the other one. Okay, so now we can go. So I'm actually going to lead on this Explore to dig one deeper before I Brainstorm. We can still cast any thing we want off the top. So draw a card. Now we can go Brainstorm. Hopefully hit a Cascader. We did not. So we're going to put these two on top, and we're going to shuffle them away so we don't redraw them. Okay, Rootseek. And we'll grab an island. I guess I could have used this snap to do some things, but I didn't really feel like that was worth it. And we're just going to grab I don't know, I guess another island. Sure, why not? We'll leave the island in hand. We'll move to combat. We'll attack with the boarding party. Okay, 9/6. They can trade with whatever. Combat damage. Okay. And then we'll go 2, 4, 5, and we'll just cast this Saga Wilding. Gain some life. No idea how I'm going to get through them, though, unfortunately. Like, I need to be able to do like 40 odd damage in a turn. I just don't think I'm able to do that, because they've like a 7/6, 7/6, 5/7. They have like 50 odd life. It might be best just to move on to game 2, but I don't really want to. I'm having fun. And maybe I can get there with the dungeon by making these Annoyed Altosaurs like very large. I'm going to hold this Snap in hand, but it might be better to snap back on Muldrifter. As you can see, we've, well, not completely outdrawing our opponent, but we have less air in our deck. Okay, what's happening here? Is this the Cavric's Torch? Looks like it. Okay, they're playing something. I don't know what. Oh, it's a Nyxborn Hydra. Okay, no response. That's not good for us. We can bounce back the kill ship to buy us some time. But it means we're going to lose something. So bounce this back. Okay, okie doke. They have a 14/15 Nyxborn Hydra, so I guess we are going to need to bring in our, whatever it's called. So they're not running, so they are not running. So Pinnacle Kill Ship comes down. They take the initiative. Okay, we're just going to move on to game 2 here. And save us some time. So they do win the Nyxborn Hydra, which means I should probably actually bring in some removal for it. No, that can't be right. We should be just fast enough to go under them. The problem is they have a lot of life gain, so there is actually an argument before running this Serene Heart here. Would have liked some artifact destruction for this matchup. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm just going to say I'm going to have a better hand this game, and that is how I will win. Just draw really well. Okay, that's the plan. Okay, yes. This is a better hand. Very concerned about not hitting a crew land, though, because otherwise we're not going to be able to ramp. So it might not be the best start to this league, unfortunately. But if we do hit a crew land, particularly a red one, we are off to the races. We have two draws to hit it, but I did not want to mulligan anymore. Not with a hand that actually had some stuff going on. If we miss, though, we're in trouble. So maybe, oh, nice, we did not miss. Not red, but still, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Oh, or I guess beggars can, in fact, be choosers. All right, return the island and play the growth chamber. That's pretty sweet. I like doing that. And return the forest. Pass turn. So we have 4 mana. Turn 2, just like we drew it up. This is when the deck shows its strength. Is when you actually have the turn 1 ramp with the turn 2 ramp. We're gonna go Chrysalis into party. It's gonna be sweet. All right. So we'll play this forest. Maybe we won't go into party. Depends if we hit a brainstorm. We'll play Writhing Chrysalis. F6 and pass. Alright, so we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn. 8 mana minus 2 is 6. We can go Chrysalis, and no, we can't because we don't have red, double red. So we cannot go Chrysalis into Boarding Party. I think I will just cast the Boarding Party to get the 6 damage in while I can. There's a Pentent Prism, or Prophetic Prism. Oh, we do have double red. The deck's just like, what's that? You said you wanted a second red source. That's funny. Alright, so that's 2, 4. This would be 2, 4, 6. Nice. So Writhing Chrysalis. Alright. Always yield. No response. Red. And sacrifice. Always yield. And sacrifice. And sacrifice. And sacrifice. And Boarding Party. Always yield. Ooh, another Writhing Chrysalis. That's hilarious. No response. Is it worth the... Oh, looks like our opponent's conceding. Right? This is a concession, right? Yes. Good. That was a lot faster. So we got to showcase some of the power of the deck there. I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully we can have another actually good hand here. But most of our actually good hands require us hitting an like Forest plus Arboreal Grazer. And the odds of that, I haven't done the combined odds. I could though, but I'm not going to bother. So this is terrible. We have no ramp, and we need ramp, so mulligan. This does have ramp, but no colors. Should we just hope to get lucky? Hope to get lucky. Okay. I am going to bottom the forest here. Or should it be the snap? I'm actually going to bottom the snap. Hope to hit an island or a Karoo land, please. We have some draws to hit it. Always had it. Never didn't have it. Okay. Always yield. Now I wish I bottomed that snap. I didn't bottom that snap. I was concerned, like, what if I don't hit a crew land? What if I hit an island? I wanted to give myself the most number of outs possible. Okay, next turn. So that is suspicious, but I'm not gonna like try and play around. Like I saw impulses and stuff. We're gonna go Bountiful Landscape here and Forest, and we're just gonna. Well, I mean, yeah, we'll sack it now. I don't think they run land destruction. I don't really think this telegraphs my play. I've already shown them that I'm Temur, so why bother? I mean, they're gonna know there's a what's it called, coming down. Alright, so yet again we have 4 mana on turn 2, so that's good. Next turn we'll have 5, 6, so we can actually go Growth Spiral into Writhing Chrysalis. So keeping the second forest did help. It's just that Snap, it's kind of a really good card. Not necessarily in this matchup, you don't really want to bounce the things back, but it is our only form of interaction. Alright, they go another Ancient Stirrings. I wonder if I should be looking at the stuff they hit here. So boom, boom, boom. So we're not going to play this as a Boilerworks because we want to go Growth Spiral, Forest, play Forest, play Chrysalis, pass the turn. Now we're kind of hurting for a card draw at this moment. We have these cantrips. Okay, there's Pinnacle Kill Ship. They can kill our Writhing Chrysalis. They can probably crew this Kill Ship next turn, which is going to be a bit of a problem because it's a 7/7. Oh, nice. All right, 2, 3, 4, 6. You know what? I'm going to actually use these Eldrazi spawns. I know you can use them for chump blocking, but I should probably try and take advantage of my card draw here while I can. Alright, now sack a spawn, explore. There's another Chrysalis. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So still not quite enough to do this into Chrysalis. So we'll just go, is it Boilerworks? No response. Return this forest, play this forest, and then just go for a boarding party. Okay, boarding party. Always yield. This one Boreal Grazer, not very good, but at least it chumps. Nope. We're hoping to hit a Muldrifter or something to refill. One of the things I've been considering doing is just cutting the Avenging Hunter entirely and just running for Muldrifter. But I don't think that's right. Okay, what do they do here? Boulder Branch Golem getting some life. They're going to crew their kill ship, make it a 7/7. They don't crew their kill ship. Strange. I guess they want to block my boarding party. Okay, we'll trade. Combat. Swing. I know I guess they run the land that brings stuff back, but you know, what are you gonna do? Or how we win is by just 1, 2, 3, 4, Writhing Chrysalis. How we win is by outgrinding them. And we'll sack one of these spawns. Always yield. And we'll cast a Cycle Wildling. I guess it doesn't really make sense to crew the Pinnacle when it's 7+. They go Impulse. They're digging pretty hard here. I have 11 minutes and 47 things on clock. I don't know why I'm taking so long. No wonder our opponent's frustrated. I'm playing forever. I'm assuming our opponent's frustrated because how quickly they conceded game 2. There's another Bramble Worm. Bramble, ramble, ramble. How much damage does Pinnacle Kill Ship do? 10. Okay, well, wasn't protecting that anytime soon. Should I take 7? There's a snap. Do not want to snap anything back. Yeah, I got nothing good to snap back, so we'll just have 6. I think we might be out of it. Looks like they got us here. Once they get their mana set up, they're actually pretty good because of all their life gain. They don't have quite as much card draw as we do, but you know, right, declare blockers. Let's chomp with a Grazer here. I don't want to take 7 combat damage. Doesn't really make sense to bounce this worm to get in for like nothing, so I'm not going to. I don't really need to play that Grazer yet either. in case we hit a brainstorm. Okay. We're hoping to hit something good, but we're kind of out of juice here. Just block with another grazer, or reset. We'll take the 7 this time. Doesn't really matter. Okay, next turn. There's another chrysalis. All right, so that's what we'll, not tapping the blue though for that one. You know what I might do actually? I think I might play and then, yeah, so here's what we'll do. We'll play a chrysalis. This makes 4 spawns. So that puts my, so this means that my other dude is big enough now. Then we're going to snap back our chrysalis and then recast it to make 2 more spawns. And then our creatures will be bigger than theirs. At least our writhing chrysalis will be bigger than theirs. Another option is just to hold the snap to protect our chrysalis from additional pinnacle kill ships, which is actually what I will do. Yeah, this is enough to kill the pinnacle kill ship, so they can no longer get in with pinnacle kill ship. We have 1 writhing chrysalis left in the deck, so snapping this one back is something I might consider doing. Opponent pausing on the chrysalis. Yeah, we'll just leave this snap just in case. Now they do have the, what's it called? But we just can't really attack right now. So if they had a pinnacle kill ship before, they would have had it previously. Yeah, I've changed my mind. I am actually going to snap back this writhing chrysalis. All right. Untap, untap. Then let's see this. Play the chrysalis again. And that means I should have attacked this turn with my other chrysalis. We will start doing that later. No response. Leaving this thing in hand. So now our crystali are going to be absolutely huge next turn. We should have attacked last turn. If that was the reason for making that play, or one of the reasons to make that play. Okay, we're going to swing in with both our chrysalises. That's a weird thing. Oh. Well. That's another snap. We don't need to do that yet. So instead what we're going to do, we're going to go sack. Oh, wait. Oh, well. We could have actually, like, pumped our things up so they were bigger than the thing. And we'll just leave, like, I don't know, some number of these. Okay. And then we'll sack. And sack. I'm just going to sack everything now. Combat. Okay. Swing for 17. And if they try to gang block, they'll bounce. Do they have fog? I did not expect them to bring in fogs against me. Maybe I should have. Yeah, I guess I should have expected fog. That's unfortunate. That's no fun. That's actually extremely boring. I thought they were cool. Okay. So we're still going to block the kill ship. We'll swing in with an 8-9, I guess. Yeah, there you go. All right, declare blockers. Block and block. Take 7. Combat damage. They cascade. What do they cascade into? Yield to all. Why would you bring in your fogs against me? That just seems like it seems like you're planning on losing. What else do they get? They crack their map. Their worst hit off of the cascade, by the way. And I guess we can no longer attack with our crystali. I guess I can attack with, oh man, that's bad. Right, combat. Can't attack. Okay. Just play a Gruul Turf. Always yield. I guess I could have attacked with a Wilding instead. We need to hit a Brainstorm, I guess. Brainstorm into Cascade. We got a 7/7. We have a 9/10. They have Fog, unfortunately. Oh, it looks like they hit the green Fireball. Yeah, we're dead. We'll let them cast it just for funsies. I took a long time, so like we'll let them show it to us. And we do have the snap, but it's too late. We've lost to their Fabric's Torch. Okay, and you can see game. So Monstertron got us that game, but you can see from game 2 that when we do actually have like a decent hand, they don't stand a chance. It's just, you're not always going to have a good hand. All right, so starting off 0-1, unfortunate, but not the biggest deal. Dealio. Wow, 7:46 already, eh? So this will be the last one before I gotta go somewhere. Okay, so this is a great hand. Keep. And it's an island. Ponder. So depending on what this is, if this is combo, I'm not too happy about it. But basically, this is the kind of matchup we want. We want mid-range and U-tempo. These ones are the fun games and the other games. I also need to start playing faster because I am taking a long time. So here comes the Grazer. Wonder if there's a full... I should have checked the art on Grazer before doing this league. Right, Gruel Turf, always yield. And honestly, I think I got the moral victory there. That's a bit of a joke. When I studied back in high school, and I still remember it to this day, we were looking at like American politics of some kind. Sure, I'll Saga Wilding here. Rootseek. No grab an island. And any time the U.S. lost a war, like in Vietnam, for example, they would say, but it was a moral victory. So I say that now because I just find it so funny. Right, next turn. So we're going to play this island. We could play into their counter magic. I don't think I really want to, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to pass the turn back because we have this Growth Spiral we can cast. Alright, well, no response. I don't really care about the Growth Spiral getting countered. Okay. I don't really want the Growth Spiral to get countered, so I'm not going to. Instead, what I'll do is just do another end step and hope they tap out. Okay, what do they do here? Nothing, eh? Alright, Growth Spiral. Let's see if they do something to this. They don't. Right, island into play. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We almost have enough. So what we're going to do is, oh, now we do. So I should have brainstormed. That's fine. That's still fine. I can do this and get, oh, wait, undo. I can get them to use their counterspell on my Chrysalis. Then go for end step brainstorm, set up boarding party into Muldrifter. Or I can just go boarding party now. I think I'm just going to go end step Chrysalis. If you have the counter, you have the counter. Right, they counter. This lets me brainstorm through some things. Oh, that's really good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So boarding party, put on top. Oh, they can, whatever. Hopefully they don't, whatever me, thought scour me, because that would suck. All right, no response. Okay, F6. They might not. They might think that I put bad things on top. One of them was bad, but the other one was very, very good. So, yeah. So let's hope they don't. Okay, what are they doing here? There's one Tolarian Terror, which we don't care about. Two Tolarian Terrors, which we don't care about. Yeah, this is why this is a very good matchup against terror decks. We just do not care about their terrors. Our creatures are, larger. So play this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blah, blah, blah. That's 7, right? Yes. Altasaur. Now, a lot of people like to complain about the luck that I get when I do this. No, I don't know if they're thinking that I didn't brainstorm it, or if they think the brainstorm setup itself is lucky. Snap, eh? Do I even want to cast that? I think the answer is a no. No. Alright, so I'm not going to cast a snap. Really bad hit. No point. I could have cast it and let Tolarian Terror counter it, but there just was no point to that. Alright, combat. Swinging for 6. Okay, they block. Double block. Sure. Okay. We're going to go for a Mulldrifter next turn, and then if the Mulldrifter gets countered, we're going to go Avenging Hunter. Okay, they're playing something here. Thorn of the Black Rose. Now we can play through this, well, at least in tournament practice I was able to play through it pretty effectively. So we're definitely going to go Avenging Hunter to Mulldrifter. I think we have 10 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 10. Yep. Alright. What's happening? Okay, so we'll play the Forest. We'll lead on the Mulldrifter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mulldrifter. Noise yield. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Avenging Hunter. Noise yield. We'll take the initiative. Now, the problem is this is kind of risky because they could kill our stuff that we wouldn't be able to get in. And as of now, I don't even think I would block with anything. So we're just going to take this Forest. We've started to flood out a little bit. This is a favorable matchup for us, so we should be okay. We're going to go Lost Well to try and draw some more things. I know Forge would be good, but they have so much. Let's see what they do here. You can block everything. I'm assuming they have some form of removal. They don't. Alright, so they draw. You could go into Forge. I guess Forge is the answer. Forge onto our Altasaur, and they kill it. No, it's Forge onto our Mulldrifter, and they kill it. Right, Forge onto Mulldrifter, no response. If they try and kill it now, we'll Bountiful. Oh my goodness, we have flooded out. Cycling. Wow, 5 lands in hand, eh? Okay, scry 1. I guess I'll top a Chrysalis. It's not very good, though. And we'll just swing in with a Mulldrifter. Hopefully they don't have removal. So force a block with the Vector Glider. Okay. Good. They did not have removal. Alright, now next turn we're going to go Grove Turf. The nice thing about Crystal Grotto is if you do draw an Arboreal Grazer or a thing, you can get an extra scry out of it. So now they're going to draw some... I have no idea what they're doing here. Is this another Gurmag Angler? No, they kill my Dino. So they can take the initiative here. I can go down to 10, which I'm fine with. I'm not blocking. Okay. And they get themselves a land. Now, assuming they don't have double removal, we should be able to take the initiative and the Monarchy. We'll lose our Hunter to this Thorn. But I think that's better than, yeah, so, because we get to play this Chrysalis, which will give us blocks. Alright, so we'll go Avenging Hunter, and combat damage. Okay, so now we get both the monarchy and the initiative. All right, yield to all. And always yield. We're going to go down to trap. Trap. This player loses 5 life. No response. And then we'll go red, generic, I guess blue, for Writhing Chrysalis. This will give us enough blockers to keep the initiative even if they counter the Writhing Chrysalis. So that's good. Alright, yield to all. And I guess we'll play a Simic Growth Chamber and return our Crystal Grotto. Okay, always yield. Return the Grotto. F6, because there's no reason to sack a spawn or whatever. Oh, I guess turn off auto yields now. Oh, I should have left a second blue open just in case I drew into snap. Alright, declare blockers. Block. On our end step, we're going to go Growth Spiral, put in Crystal Grotto to check our thing. Okay. Okay, they go another Thorn. We're going to go Growth Spiral. Put in Crystal Grotto. Always yield. We're going to put you right on the bottom. Okay. And we get to draw 1 card on upkeep. I'm assuming the opponent has drawn another removal spell by this point. No, they just have a Mystic. Unless they have a Snuff out in hand. No response. So Murmuring Mystic is a card that can actually get us. I think that's why I was running. Oh, okay, that's better. So now we can go this. Okay, we're going to go Explore. Okay, we're going to go... is it Boilerworks? Always yield. We're going to return this Crystal Grotto. We're going to play this Crystal Grotto. We're going to scry 1. We're going to bottom this Growth Chamber. Oh, that's right, I can't. Oh well, I was thinking I can always shuffle this Brainstorm with the Bountiful Landscape, but I'd have to be able to play it. That's pretty good, actually. So we're going to go put Saiga Wilding on top. So put on top, and then we'll put a Forest on top, and put on top. So this forest will get cleared by our Cascade. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Annoyed Altasaur. Cascade, always yield. Cast the Saiga Wilding. Yield to all. Combat. Swing. Now the question is, how do I block here? Combat damage. Alright, we take the Monarchy and hopefully draw a snap. If we snap, we can snap back their Murmuring Mystic, which I think is... Okay, we did not draw the snap. Alright. We'll just F6 here for clock. Okay, they should probably draw a removal spell now. They have seen very little removal spells. They have seen 2 in the top half of their deck. Kind of making up for the fact that we flooded early in the game. Okay. Alright, so they can take the initiative if they swing all out. We won't block. They get a Ponder, so they get to make a bird. Oh wait, I guess we're at 13, so we might... Well, we could chump with an Arboreal Grazer. I don't want to, like, block with any of these, though. Okay, they declined to shuffle, so that means they have stuff they want on top, but there was a bit of a pause there. They cast down my Dino, making 2 more birds, meaning that I can no longer take back the initiative. They swing for 3. 4. Okay? So looking like there's going to be... that we're not going to take this one, unfortunately. I still maintain that this is a decent matchup for us. Do I want to take 10? 11, rather? No, I'll chump here. Okay. Oh, I should have blocked there too. Oh well, doesn't really matter. Well, f6. Oh, why am I having to do this? All right. Not quite out of it yet. We could always draw into another Avenging Hunter. That's looking like what we're going to need, but that's looking like what's going to need to happen. They're going to forge onto their bird so that they can trade with our Saga Wilding. Again, I think this is a good matchup for us, but maybe, at least historically, it's been a good matchup. So we did hit a snap. That was really good. So let's just go red, blue. You know, I'll lead on snap here. Snap. Using the generic. I don't remember how many counterspells I've seen, but it's been at least 2. Okay, so they have another counterspell. Okay, well, no response. No response. We'll say yes. And, oh, I almost forgot to float more mana. No response. Untap. Untap. Now I can add a red here, and we can cycle this Bountiful Landscape, hoping to hit something good. Oh, I should have scried first. Ah, goodness. Alright, this. Always yield. Wait, what am I doing? Should I just concede to save time? Let's just see what was on the top of our library to see how badly we messed up there. Right, Crystal Grotto. I mean, not really. I think we're done though. They can, because they can keep the initiative. Yeah, we'll move on to game 2 just to save some clock, and then hopefully do okay. I'm still having a lot of fun even though I'm losing. I really like playing this deck. I also think this matchup's pretty favorable, although Murmuring Mystic can kill us. I kind of forgot about it when I was building the sideboard here. So this is a matchup where you want Mortuary Mire, and you also want Barrow Downs. We can cut one Saga Wildling for a Barrow Downs. The question is, do you want 2 Barrow Downs? Down in the Barrow Downs. I guess Snap is our only real way of dealing with some of these things, but I can go down on Snap for an extra Grave Hate piece. I don't know how big they are on the graveyard though. I know they're touching it, so let's bring them 1. Maybe I should run the second one. We'll see. So we have Mire and Barrow Downs here. There we go. So there's the second Barrow Downs. I need to get rid of Snap for it. I think that's the only card to get rid of. So that's what I'll do. Now, Snap can be a protection spell and such. But yeah, so we're up to 24 lands now. Which I think is fine. We're just going to be doing some things. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. And yes, we'd like to be on the play. No blue. Barrow Downs is really kind of cheesing us here, but it's a slow enough matchup and I'm on a play that I just don't want to discard any. So we're just going to lead on the forest? No, that doesn't make any. Well, if I lead on Barrow Downs, it doesn't really help either, so let's lead on the forest. We could draw into an Arboreal Grazer or an island in order to make this Growth Spiral work. Next turn. We don't, but that's still a good draw because it lets us return this forest. This is a slower matchup, so I don't mind not having the ramp as much. And we do have triple ramp in hand as well. So our opponent's pausing for a long time here. And also, like, while I did like lose game one, that was a fun game. So it's fine. So long as I have fun. There's a song I used to sing when I was a camp counselor that whenever they lost, like a dodgeball or something like that, and they absolutely hated it. But it was, everybody's happy, everybody wins. Oh, they hated that so much, but it's true. Everybody's happy, and everybody wins. All right, we'll play this forest. We're gonna go Growth Spiral, hoping to hit an island. No such luck. All right, so we'll just play a second Simic Growth Chamber then. No, wait, no, I guess we should play the Gruul Turf. What are the odds that they tap out next turn? Not very high, but high enough that I would like to play a second Gruul Turf, just to give myself the option. Right, return the forest. That's the turn. All right. And now this is an Augur of Bolas. Swinging him for 1. What if they have Ninja in that deck? I'm holding on to this Barrow Downs because I want to. I'm going to play this Bountiful Landscape because I do not want to play this Writhing Chrysalis yet. I'm wishing I had played this in the Growth Chamber now, but I didn't want them to go tap out, you can't do anything. And of note, we have instant speed Barrow Downs for if they do something crazy. No response. I'm going to crack this landscape now, actually, for an island. I don't think I need double. Okay, do you want double red? No. No. No, I'm not going to crack it. I think I actually want a mountain off of that. Oh, jeez. Okay, always yield. Now, I am going to go Growth Spiral here because, so there's 2 instants and swords in the graveyard. That's fine. Okay, that's not fine. Oh, check this out. This is going to be sweet. All right, Growth Spiral. Okay, come on. And your graveyard's gone. A boom, bada boom. No response. I love it. I love to see it. Right, we're going to sacrifice this Bountiful Landscape now for a mountain, just so that we can have double red. All right, 6. We no longer really need the double blue because we just played out the Growth Spiral. The time to have double blue would have been next turn, last turn. Then we're going to go Simic Growth Chamber, picking up our Barrow Downs, and we have another Growth Spiral in hand. We can also go Boarding Party this turn. Declare blockers. Okay, combat damage. Next turn. So do I want a Boarding Party here? Or do I want to Annoyed Altasaur? Or do I want to Writhing Chrysalis? So I think what I'll do is I will just go Boarding Party, and if they want to, and we'll see what happens here. I really don't want to hit an Avenging Hunter. Maybe this is a mistake. Yeah, okay, well, thank God. Right. Brainstorm. We do want this Brainstorm to resolve, but both of these are... Neither of those got countered. That's really strange. Alright, so we're going to go Chrysalis on top. Put on top. And we're going to put Forest on top. Put on top. No response. Can I play a 4? Have I played a land this turn? I haven't. Nice. Right. Combat. 6. Imagining this is getting killed. Okay. What is happening? I don't know what's happening at all anymore. Grazer? I don't know what's happening. Are they just trying to time me because I take forever to play? And return the Barrow Downs. Okay. I don't know what hand. Oh, their hands full of terrors. That's probably what's happened here. So we're hoping to hit a snap now. Snap out on my thing to make a bird. Okay. That's fine. We're not going to cast any growth spells or anything because we've set up the top deck of our library. Instead, we're just going to go, I guess I want blue-green. No, I wanted to leave my growth spiral available. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. We're going to go, wait. Can I cast 2 this turn? That's 8. Yes, I can. So I need to leave 1 red, 1 green floating. So I'll leave a red floating from this. All right, so Annoyed Altasaur. Blue, blue, and then green, green, red. And that will get us our Writhing Chrysalis. Always yield. No response. No response. And then we're going to play the Forest, so we can play our second Writhing Chrysalis. Okay, always yield. Sacrifice. Writhing Chrysalis. And now we'll F6. So I guess I shouldn't F6. Because maybe they have because we've seen -3 effects. And they probably also have other field wipe things. Why is it taking me so long to play this deck? I don't know. I mean, it took me long even when I wasn't commenting, so I don't know what's happening. I guess there's just I guess I gotta do a lot of clicking. You know what? I take back all the times I was so frustrated with the mid-range players who are taking a long time to play. I had no idea that it takes a long time to play lands. That's insane. Of course, I am playing 2 to 3 lands a turn, but okay, our opponent's thinking, oh, and they just concede. Good, because that was taking too long, and I have a place I need to go today. I'm just trying to get a head start on this video this morning so that I can finish it tomorrow. Snap seems really good against their dude, but Barrow Downs also seems pretty good. Do I want the Barrow Downs though? Or do I want the Snap? You know what? I'm actually going to bring in the Snap again. Because it's protection. Yeah, I guess I'll bring in 4 Snap. Barrow Downs is good though, as you saw there. Okay. It's just that I also want the Mortuary Mire in this matchup. So, yeah. Okay, what's this? This is actually a pretty decent hand. Not as strong as whatever hand it's called. What's that hand called? A Arboreal Grazer hand, and we're just gonna grab the Forest now. I don't want to waste mine or my opponent's time. All right, Forest, and F6, and F6. We're not going to play into Spell Pierce here. We're just going to play this island. Yield until next end step. Hope they tap out. If they don't, we'll just do it on their turn. Okay, they do anyway. We'll go Growth Spiral. And we'll put a Gruul Turf into play because double green's more important in the early game. And we'll pick up this island. Okay. We're going to go, I guess, Writhing Chrysalis next turn and make them use their counterspell. Okay, island. It's also a guaranteed ramp. Not that it really helps us in this situation. I shouldn't have 6 there. They have that -3 thing. Okay, so they have the Bird Maker, which they've correctly realized is their best shot at winning this matchup because they need to get value off. So I'm glad I brought in my Snaps. So I'm just going to, I have 6 mana here, which isn't enough to do everything I want to do, but it is enough for me to cast a bunch of Explorers. So Explore, wait, cancel. 2, 4, 6, there's no reason for me to use my tokens yet. So red, green, Explore. Okay, play the Izzet Boilerworks. Always yield. We're just going to ramp out a bit here. Turn the island. We're going to explore again. Explore. Alright, so I don't know if I can play this island or not, but we'll find out. So Gruel Turf, no response. Pick up our forest. Yeah, we still can, so we can still set up our brainstorm for next turn. Brainstorm. Absolutely horrendous. Right, I guess we want the Saga Wilding to be cast off, so put on top and put on top. Alright, and then F6. No point in attacking. So we've ramped out a good amount now. We've drawn a couple of cards. They are going to be able to make a lot of birds. We'll see what happens. We do have the snap for later for this Murmuring Mystic. I used to run Pyroblast specifically for Murmuring Mystic, but when I was putting this deck back together, I didn't remember that. Also, like, do I really need to? Surely there's something better that's like... Because the issue with Pyroblast is I actually like my blue matchups, but I don't know. Okay, despite how this is, like, the blue matchups, like, I'm not saying that the blue matchups are, like, you know, incredibly favorable for me. I would say I'm more, like, slightly favored, or maybe even 50-50, but the point is you usually have really fun games, and that is why you play this deck, is to have fun. This is not something you would bring to, like, you know, be competitive. The best I've ever managed to do with this was 4-1, well, multiple 4-1s, rather. What happened? They killed my, my Crystal Eye. I was F6, by the way, so they could have done the other one if they wanted to. But, I mean, I'm just saving time. Okay. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Annoyed Altosaur. So then there is an argument for actually holding back one of these Simic Growth Chambers here. It gained 3 life. No response. Yeah, there actually is an argument. I'm actually going to hold back this Simic Growth Chamber, and the reason why is I have all these lands in hand, and if I hit a one of my utility lands, I would like to have this back in hand to recur it. Okay, what's this? Is it the Thorn? No, it's a Deep Analysis. Alright, so they go Deep Analysis. I cut my Bajuka Bog, one of my Bajuka Bogs, for have another snap. I don't want, this isn't a crop rotation matchup. I don't really want the instant speed, whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what's happening here? Snuff out? Sure. I don't want to trade a Saga Wilding for 3 bird tokens, so I guess I'm not attacking. Oh, second Snuff out. I guess I didn't have to. Alright, opponent going ham with the Snuff outs. I think that was a little premature, but I guess, you know, he's also trying to, like, go fast here. Alright. 3 cards in hand. There's a Terror. And another Terror? No second Terror. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I don't soar. Let's see what I hit. No Boiler Grazer, not too bad, not too bad. Well, actually, that is pretty bad. But no response, and again, we're just going to put another forest into play here. No response, and pass the turn. If they let us, and I guess we'll play an island. If they let us, and I'm going to stop playing lands after that to hold them back from brainstorms. And if they let us, we will, I guess we'll just chump with the spawn. I don't want to trade an Altosaur yet for a Terror. What is happening? Oh, another one of those. The opponent using their life as a resource, trying to keep up with our card advantage, which is crazy. We have so much card advantage here. I love it. Not looking too good right now, though. Another Snuff out. All the Snuff out, eh? We'll chump with the spawn. Oh, they have a lot of bird tokens. So like I said before, this Murmuring Mystic is one of the ways they can deal with our, like, card advantage. Oh my goodness, especially if you keep flooding out like this. Alright. Annoyed Altosaur. Oh good, we got lucky. Boarding party. How lucky do we get, though? Please don't be the Avenging Hunter. Maybe I should just not run that. Can we hit the Bajuka Bog? We can. Alright, no response. So we can get rid of their graveyard, but I would have liked to have seen that much earlier here. But, we did cut one. So we'll play the Bog, target you. So now this is going to be much harder for them to cast any terrors or extract confessions and such. Now we can play our Simic Growth Chamber, always yield, and pick up our bear down. So they might be able to make another bird token, but we'll see. Okay, 6. And they can triple block. Oh, I suppose I should have waited on that Bajuka Bog, huh? Oh well, doesn't matter. I'm trying to play quite fast here. 1, 2, 3. So they get my boarding party. That's fine. Okay. Okay. We have the Bajuka Bog for next turn as well. 6. I imagine they have removal for the Annoyed Ultisaur at this point. We don't have any snaps. Can't really attack with our Annoyed Ultisaur either. Our best draw, I guess, would be a Muldrifter, but I haven't seen any counter spells out of them. So I imagine that they have them. Because again, we kind of flooded out of it. There's an issue of not... Second Murmuring Mystic. We're probably toast now. Right. There's a Chrysalis. Let's see if they have anything here. Okay, yield to all. Alright, we'll just play this Bajuka Bog again, targeting you. No response. I would like to attack with the Xenoidal, so the problem is I would trade it with their Tolarian Terror. Sure, why not? Okay, attack. I'd rather trade it with a Terror than a removal spell. I should have bogged after combat again. Oh, they're going like that, eh? Do I want to kill all their birds? Or do I want to kill their Terror? I think I want to kill their Terror. I'm surprised I guess I thought I was going to do something, but no, I just find trading. Alright. Modern Age. They discard Contaminated Aquifer. They go Murmuring. Oh, I'm making so many birds. I think we're out of this game now. Because of the Mystics. Mystics, like, their only way of beating our card advantage. Like, we draw way more cards in the Monarchy, and yeah. Because look, they've milled themselves so much, and like we're like nearly as little cards as library as they do. I don't really want to concede, so I won't. So we'll just go Simic Growth Chamber. Pick up the Barrow Downs. And switch here. Snap not looking very good anymore, except as a protection spell. So if they go to remove a Chrysalis, we will protect it. Yeah, we'll protect this. Alright, this. Snap back a Chrysalis. 6. Yield to all. And I'm thinking we're just dead here. That's how many? 7? So that's not good. What we need is to do some things. Yeah, so our opponent cheesed us with their Mystic Monarchy deck. Now, I maintain that this is actually like a good matchup for us, but didn't happen this way. So we're 0-2, unfortunately, going into match 3, but that's fine. I'm having fun still. All right. So there we go. Oh, yeah, I'll send them the GGs too. Those are pretty good games. GGs. Return to details. And yeah, so 1-2, 1-2. Not very good. But like this is always a risk of playing a deck like this. But man, do I love playing this deck. So much fun. Yeah, so I have to have some things I need to do, so I'll try and finish this league a little later. Hopefully we can still pull off a 3-2. If I go one and like no matter what, I'm posting this video, even if I can see being after being 0-4, it's gonna happen. The deck's fun, and I think I need to fix my boarding. I just don't know how to fix it so much. Because like we can take the lightning bolts out for Power Blast like I was doing before, in order to deal with Murmuring Mystic, because Murmuring Mystic is how those blue decks beat us. They can't really beat us without it. So I guess this lightning bolt should just be Power Blast. Alright. Okay, and there we go. Alright, I will be back to finish this. Alright, we're back, and once again, we're at the library, so I'm going to need to be pretty quiet here for finishing this league. 1 second, let me just adjust my microphone here. Also, I realized that this corner of the library doesn't have the best internet connection. Still enough to play, but apparently not enough to load card data, so I think maybe what happened last video is slightly on me. I still think it's silly that, like, they've had to, I guess, throttle the card loading data in order to have less laggy gameplay, but, you know, I would take less laggy gameplay over media cards any day of the week, so at least their priorities are in the right order. Anyway, not the best record so far, but I'm still having a lot of fun. I think my sideboard needs to be fixed, as I said before I left to get here. This should be a two-pair Pyroblast, just because while I think our blue matchup's very good, Murmuring Mystic can wreck us if they see it in a timely fashion. So it's kind of important to have an out to it. And I mean, Lightning Bolt was kind of for like gutter snipe as well, but you know, Pyroblast also counters Retraction Helix. So this is an okay hand. I think I'll go Sago Wildman. No, I'll lead on the Arboreal Grazer, that just makes more sense. No Karoo land, but we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands in hand, so we should be able to do okay here. Okay, our opponent mulligans to 5, Nick 97, to 4, so hopefully it's not Ponza. To 3, to 2, to 1, to 0. No, they just concede, they don't want to see what we're on. Alright, well, that's one way to do it. So at least we're saving some time. Begin sideboarding. I guess they're going to assume that I'm Ruby Storm, or perhaps the Esper Affinity deck I was playing earlier. They're wrong, though. While my avatar might show that I'm on something with Seething Song, I am not today. Unfortunately, this hand's not very good. Mulligan. This hand is very good. Keep. So I guess it's the Arboreal Grazer here, because I like the Brainstorm, and we have the Explore. So bottom of the Grazer, because we already have one Grazer. Done. Hopefully there's no Force Spike in our future. Okay, so this might be Ponza. I'm concerned. Now, in the past, when I was playing this deck, I have beaten Ponza, but I was playing the deck a lot more back then. And, you know how it goes. Alright, turn the Forest. So we're going to go... Actually, I guess we can go Forest Explore is a Boilerworks. Okay, Priest of Titania. I like our Elves matchup because we have Breath Weapon. Oh, and we have a Snap, so we can just snap this back to slow them down, which is probably the right thing to do here. So, Forest. We're going to float a green. We're going to snap back the Priest of Titania using the red. We don't really need to play this other Is it Boilerworks, because we don't actually really need that much mana here. Another green, another this. So now we can go Explore using the red mana. We can play an Is It Boilerworks. Returning the Forest, and we do actually need a second Forest here. So wait, I guess I can Brainstorm first. But I like what's in my hand, so I'm not going to. So I'm going to go Rooseek. And I'll grab another forest. And I'll pass the turn. Maybe that was a bit of a mistake because, so they're going to play another piece of Titania. We're going to brainstorm and snap that back. Hopefully our top of the deck's good and not bad. Because we got rid of our shuffle effect, but, why not? We drew it again, so let's just play this forest. We might play this Saga Wilding here. Snap back a piece of Titania. Blue-red. Untap. Cast Brainstorm. Pretty good. So we'll put a forest on top. I want to draw the Simic Growth Chamber. Put the Simic Growth Chamber on top. I don't actually want to draw the other one, but I mean, we're going to, so maybe I should have shuffled there because I'm drawing another land that I don't want to draw. I don't know, we've slowed them down pretty well though. We'll just have to hope to draw better after this, and a Well-Wisher. So usually the first match of elves isn't good for us at all. In fact, it's downright terrible. But we get 4 breath weapons later on. Now, unfortunately, we did not hit very much action off that brainstorm. And there's a pretty good argument that I should have shuffled there, but I really wanted more mana on the battlefield. So maybe I was prioritizing incorrectly, and I should have prioritized for drawing into action. So hopefully they can't do too much here. I don't want to see a Hydra or a thing that fills their hand. This looks like a Hydra to me. And I've already used 2 snaps. So they can make a massive Hydra here, put it onto the Well-Wisher, swing in for a bunch. Okay, so it's a 6/6, so it's not as big as I thought. Alright, okay. We'll just take it. Uh-oh, that's not very good. Flooding out a bit again. Been flooding out a lot recently. I'm wondering if perhaps I should only be running 2 Saga Wildling, although I've been really liking it, and running a 3rd Muldrifter. Or a 4th Brainstorm. It might be the 4th Brainstorm. If they attack, I don't know if I guess I'll double block. I don't know, I don't want to double block, I'll just take 6. The commenter who suggested these changes to the deck also suggested Malevolent Rumble, but I really only like Malevolent Rumble when you're running the Mortuary Mire, because of how well it works with the Mortuary Mire. So we can take the initiative, at the very least. We'll lose 1 of our Saga Wildlings. Okay. But we're probably dead here. The only thing that saves us would be like a really, really good Cascade. So like Brainstorm into something crazy. So maybe I should get the 4th Brainstorm in here. Well, or we can just get lucky. Let's see. 7. No, I don't soar. Cascade. What do I hit? Not very good. At least that gives us some life here. Island. Okay, now maybe there's an argument for holding that for Brainstorm, but we'll see. So we'll swing for 6. We're going to get another land here anyway. We're going to lose 1 of our Saga Wildlings. Unfortunately, I don't know what's really to do here because, yeah, I don't actually know what to do here, how we get out of this. We would need to hit a snap. We've already seen 2, because they can untap this and do some crazy things. Yeah, we're just going to concede here to save some time. Alright, concede game. And we're going to move into... I mean, I could have taken my next draw, but I don't think there was anything that got me out of that, because I needed the snap for the other creatures. And snapping back into Explore isn't very good. So here we want Breath Weapon. We could also bring in Lightning Bolts instead of snaps. I like the Avenging Hunter as well, and I probably should bring in Bolt against them. And if I'm bringing in Bolt, I guess I can cut a Wildling, and Yeah, I'm not liking this lightning bolt in here. It doesn't work very well. I just kind of put it in thinking it would be good. I'm actually not going to run it. Should not have done the bolts. I like how Saga Wildling gives you better consistency. But maybe it's only a 2 of. And we can put a 3rd Muldrifter in here, or a 4th Brainstorm. I don't know which one I'm leaning towards at the moment. It's also possible that maybe we just don't run Avenging Hunter and just run 4 Muldrifter, but I like Avenging Hunter in here too. Okay, yep, we will submit, and we will mulligan. We can go for the Miracle Brainstorm, but we're not going to, because we'll get locked too easily. Much better. So here we want Explore, Growth Spiral, we want all of these. We can get rid of our red cards. I could also get rid of a Lamb, but I don't want to. Done. Play Forest, pass turn. We're going to go Explore into Summit Growth Chamber here. Okay, they go Land of Elves. Go Island. And this is our red mana as well now with the Saga Wilding, so that's okay. We're going to need to hope to draw well off of our cantrips. Okay. Summit Growth Chamber, return the island. Now we did get rid of our snap, so if they do resolve a large Hydra, we're going to be in trouble. They don't. Okay, now they tap. I was going to say, did they run protection? And that's a forest. So we're going to go. Oh wait. Yeah, we'll go Growth Spiral here. Growth Spiral. Play Island. Then we'll go Saga Wilding. Ruseek. Yeah, see, I really like having the mana consistency that Saga Wilding provides, and we'll Breath Weapon them next turn. They might be able to put a Hydra on the battlefield, probably even a really large Hydra, because they have the Titanium. Right now they have 6 mana. Yeah, now they have like 9 mana or something crazy. So hopefully this is not a giant Hydra. No, it's just an Avenging Hunter. So that's not good. So we're still going to wipe the board. We can take back the initiative with 1 more land. Yeah, we definitely need to wipe the board here. They're going to get in, but we should be able to stabilize. So play Forest. Whiteboard, except for the Avenging Hunter. The next turn, boarding party take the initiative. Question is, are we dead if we do that? Like, we could just be dead to this hunter. They come in for 7. We don't have snaps anymore. So we're down to 12. Trap is 12. So we cannot take the initiative. We have to go down to 7. Then leave this back to block. Because if we... Oh, or we can just do... No, that won't work. Alright, so we're going to go just boarding party here. And if we hit a blocker, then we can attack. So that is a blocker. No response. No. No response. And we're not going to attack here. I mean, we could. We would take 4, 9, and we go down to 3. We're not going to attack. We're not going to attack because we drew the Avenging Hunter. Alright. Alright, they're going to trap us. Down to 7. I'm going to attempt to block this Avenging Hunter. Okay, they get in. Block. Hope we're not dead. Down to 6. No, down to 3, rather. Okay. And another piece of titanium. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to go Avenging Hunter. Always yield. Always yield. So we've stabilized at 3. They could still have something in hand here. And this is game 3, so at least it's been quick. Best draw will be Brainstorm. So they can make a 5/5 Well-Wisher, so that wouldn't be enough to get through. They would need a Quirion Ranger. And there's a Quirion Ranger. Looks like they have... Oh no, another Avenging Hunter, eh? Take back the initiative. And a Lanareld. So I'm considering swinging in first before, because the opponent might take it and let us go for it. Alright. But we could also hit something really good here, like a breath weapon, so we're just going to go Untitled Cascade. There's a boarding party, I'm glad I did. And explore. Okay, cast. Draw a card. That's another Avenging Hunter. No response. No response. Combat. We'll just attack with this. And this. No. I'll leave that back to block. They can protect the monarchy or take it back. So they're going to go into Throne regardless. I'll just swing with this Avenging. I'll just swing with the Avenging Hunter. Because we could swing with this boarding party. They chump. I don't think it's worth it. I'm just going to swing with the Avenging Hunter. And they'll need to trade 2 creatures for this if they want to maintain the initiative. Alright, there we go. And we got them. Not got them, we got both of those. So they're going to go into Throne, which is going to be unfortunate for us. But we should be able to maintain the initiative once we cast this Avenging Hunter. So let's see if they get. Hopefully it's not a... Oh, they hit another Avenging Hunter. That's funny. Or did they? I don't know what this is from, but they didn't hit very well. What they wanted to hit was the guy that pumps things. Timber Watch Elf. That's not, in fact, what they hit. Yeah, so you got a 3/4 Hexproof. What's this? 6. Oh, did they have another Nyxborn Hydra? No, it's just a Generous Scent. I'm fine with the Generous Scent. Okay. And they untap the Titania. And what are they doing now? They gain some life. Okay, so what are we doing now? Now we're going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to play this Avenging Hunter. Or, yeah, we'll just play the Avenging Hunter. We're going to forge onto something good. This is a 6/5 trample. I don't want to make this a 7/5 trample. What's Generous Scent? A 5/7. No, we're going to forge onto our Annoyed Altasaur then. Okay. No response. And I guess we'll go explore as well. And we'll play a forest. And we will continue to hold back. Opponent gains some life with Well-Wisher, so we still need to draw into a breath weapon. Our opponent's drawing live to another Nyxborn Hydra. What is this? This looks like another Nyxborn Hydra. No, another Generous Scent. I don't mind that. They don't have any good attacks right now. They just gain some life. Okay, so let's see if I can't. Okay, we're gonna go to Trap here. We could go to Arena, but I don't think that's very good. They have ways of tapping their creatures. No response. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 mana. So we can go this is this 4. I think it's a 6. So I guess I could go with the Writhing Chrysalis. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Writhing Chrysalis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So I could go Writhing Chrysalis into Annoyed Altasaur, which I guess I will do. But I really want to hit a breath weapon. I guess I can give our opponent one more turn to draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that we can't actually go that. So instead, we'll save the Writhing Chrysalis. We'll go Growth Spiral. I really wish I didn't cast that growth spiral first now. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's only 6. I messed up. Oh well. Muldrifter. Actually, Writhing Chrysalis. Red. That's only 4. No, I did not. Sorry, I got distracted. And I did not count correctly. Part of the problem about working in the library is that there's always going to be other people around. Yeah, that line only worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, cast this Muldrifter. Alright, there we go. And we'll play this Forest. And we're not going to play the Saga Wildling. We should have played the Annoyed Altasaur that turn. I messed up because I wasn't. I got distracted from the person talking. So we're just going to wait here. So their opponent doesn't swing in. They're just going to start gaining oodles of life. I don't care too much about that because once we get the breath weapon, we can start taking over. There's the breath weapon. All right, so we're just going to go. Breath weapon, killer Muldrifter, but you know, that's what happens. Should I breath weapon now? I guess so. All right, breath weapon. Heal to all. You could have waited until they used their thing for that. I just didn't care enough to do so. And we'll play a Saga Wilding. Saga Wilding. Oh, we don't need that much for that. Undo. There we go. Saga Wilding. And now I need to think. So we can actually swing in with our boarding party, but I'm not going to bother swinging in with the boarding party. I'm going to put my hat over here to try and create a sound blocker here. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, that's crazy. The library used to be a quiet place. It's not anymore. There we go. They go a winding way. And they reveal some things. And then they go Fintorn Elves. And let's see what they do. They go another Llanowar Elves. And we're going to go to Throne, and hopefully we hit something good. So our horrible sequencing the previous turn didn't affect us that badly. I could get Writhing Chrysalis, but I think I just want another Saga Wildling. Gain 3 more life. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9 mana. 9 minus 2 is 7, so we can go Boarding Party. I'm sorry, Writhing Chrysalis into the other one. So Writhing Chrysalis. Always yield. No response. And I think I'll probably swing in with the Annoyed Altasaur. Or I might wait. Okay. Always yield. Okay, there we go. Annoyed Altasaur. Boarding Party, that was nice. Okay. Gotta be hit with Boarding Party. Or Bully Grazer, whatever. So we gotta start chipping through them now. We're gonna swing in with our 8-7. Yield to all. No, and we'll make another 8-7 next turn. Problem is, they're going to be able to. This is just going to trade with the Generous End, but it's like we have to kill these Generous End anyway, so might as well trade. We're going to put 7 of it onto the Ent. Okay. There we go. The person's tapping 6 mana for a Korean Ranger. Let's see what they do now. They untap their elf. I wonder what they're going to cast. Is it a big... No, another Generous Ent. Okay. Generous Enting away over here, eh? eventually you'll get through them. We'll grab a forest. With the boarding party. Yeah, I guess we'll go boarding party first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boarding party. Null Drifter. That's a pretty good hit. Another good hit. No response. Good hits all around. Now we can go Growth Spiral to draw some more cards. Put in the Simic Growth Chamber. Return the forest. Play the forest. Play our Arboreal Grazer. And we're not going to put the forest into play because there's no reason to. And we still can't quite swing through. We have 2 more ends we need to get through. Yeah, they have 2 more ends we need to get through. I don't want to trade 2 of my creatures for them. So we're just going to continue to pass here. Problem is, every time we pass, the greater chance they get of drawing something good. But it's just like, it's not worth it. They have so much life. Okay, another elf. Another elf. They also have a lot of air. Like, they have more air at this point than they do good things in the deck. Alright. We're going to forge, and we're going to forge right onto our Annoyed Altasaur to continue to... Oh, 7-5. No, we need it to... we need them to try and kill these things. So right into the Altasaur. And we're going to play another Altasaur. Altasaur. Goriath Chrysalis. Once they only have 1 ant, I'll consider swinging more. Yields all. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Because, like, they have so much life that it's not quite worth just trading a bunch of things. And we'll go this. Rule Turf. Turn a forest. Combat. We'll swing with our 8-7. Okay. Trying to get rid of one of their ants here. Alright, so they have 2 ants gone. Combat damage. I guess I should have swung with maybe a few more things. We are going to attack with everything except for our spawns next turn, I suppose. Hopefully they didn't draw something good. Looks like they drew something good. Yeah, there's a lead Stampede. Let's see if they hit. Ooh, yeah. I guess I waited a little too long to do things there. They have the Nyxborn Hydra and a that thing. So now we need to draw a breath weapon. We have 3 in the deck still, so maybe we'll draw into it. Oh, no, we don't. What happened? Why do I have we have 2 in the deck still, so that's not very good. Oh, it's a drawing 1. I'm going to swing all out. No, there's no point. They're at 30 life. I guess I should have been swinging all out here. Again, not really... Okay, so this loss is on me, not the deck in this situation. I'm pretty sure I'd be in a much better situation had I been attacking. But that's not what happened. And they didn't bestow, so that's good. So we need to spike a breath weapon here. Alright, trap. Because they can pump their altitude in a pretty big way. Again, I've played this matchup before, and yeah, we just lost. Unfortunate. But the deck seemed pretty good, and I should have been attacking. I should not have been just sitting back. I just really didn't want to do the math. So we lost the match there. 0-3, not the best, but we took a game each time. And, well, the first one the person just conceded. I think we should have won game 3 had I played better, because we just had so much damage coming through. We could have traded some creatures. So that was me playing really poorly. I'm sorry about that. But I'm not an aggro player, so I hate doing combat math. yeah, so that's what happened there. So we're going to play this one. We're going to hope to get a 2 and 3. I really think that had I had a better sideboard and I played better against that match there, that we would have been, maybe 2 and 1 at this point. So I don't think the deck's like unplayable. I think it's competitive enough to play through leagues. I'll stand by that. I don't really consider this league to be representative of the deck's performance overall. In terms of its competitiveness, in terms of how it plays, yes it is. And I think we're doing pretty well. I just was not really trying to win. I'm just trying to, play around because I just really love playing this deck. And usually what happens when when I've already lost, when I'm 0-2, like normally I'd actually drop from a league when that happens. If I was playing something like Ruby Storm or something like that, like if I'm just trying to grind ticks, it doesn't really make sense to continue when you're, not 0-2, 0-3 at that point. It's better just to drop and then like play again because like let's say for example against a Ruby Storm, like let's say you're like, I don't remember the last time I was 0-3 against 0-3 in Ruby Storm. It was before I guess Electric Revelation came out or whatever. I have not Electric Revelation, Laughing Mad, or even I have no idea when it happened, but usually I drop when I'm 0-3. I'm not going to drop this time. I'll just keep playing. So I probably could have won there. I feel like there's a couple changes I'd like to make to the deck. And normally what I do is I'd run through a league first in order to test it to see. But again, I'm trying to get as many videos out as I can, which means I don't have the luxury of testing my decks before playing them. All right, Mulligan. Good hand, we'll keep this. We're going to keep, and I guess we'll bottom the growth spiral here. Okay, done. Alright, so we're going to go Forest. And then we're going to go Arboreal Grazer. Always yield. And we're going to play the Simic Growth Chamber. Always yield. And we're going to pick up this Forest. And we're going to pass the turn. Next turn we can go Explore into Mount. Okay, so it depends on what type of burn this is. If it's the Go Wide burn, that's a really good matchup for us. Alright, Explore. Go Forest and Mountain. Okay, we drew into another growth spiral. Or was that growth spiral already in my hand? So if that growth spiral was already in my hand, no, I drew that. I just drew it, so it wasn't. Okay. Now we currently only have enough to go 5, so it is not. This is the burn matchup I was very concerned about. Okay, growth spiral. Hopefully we hit an island. Nope, hit a forest. But now we have enough to snap back something and cast a boarding party, which is good. They go, and what are they doing now? They go highway robbery, so they probably do have the thing, which means I can just play this Muldrifter, because I want to save my snap for their dudes. Now post board we have Weather and Lightning Bolt, and I like those Saga Wildlings as well. However, I think I'll use 1 to get a land, because I do want to get some combat going on. Okay, they go highway robbery. Or Boiler Grazer, by the way, I really like against Sneaky Snacker. Of course, Lavadar makes that less good. What are they doing here? Okay, so that's a brainstorm. I think I'll just go with Saga Wilding. So I'm going to go Root Seek first. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So cast Root Seek. If I do this, then I might be able to actually set up boarding party into Saga Wilding. Grab an island. Play the island. And we're just going to cast this Saga Wilding. Then we're going to F6, and we're going to swing in for 2, because we got to get the clock on. I've been just sitting around playing like this is just a solitaire deck, which is not the case. This is a grindy mid-range deck, and it's been a very long time since I've actually played mid-range, so I'm very out of practice here, doing the math and such. Yeah, I definitely should have attacked during that game. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can snap back this Sneaky Snacker and make them use their Labadart in the graveyard. They choose not to. That means we can now... I've already played my... Okay, whatever, that's fine. So that is 4-7. We can go Brainstorm. Hopefully hit something good to cascade into. We did not. Do I want to cascade into this Arboreal Grazer or this Growth Spiral? I think the answer is Growth Spiral, so we can just draw through that. No, we did hit pretty well, because we have triple boarding party in hand now. Alright, cast, and we'll draw our other Growth Spiral. Nope. No response. And we'll swing for 6. Yeah, we'll swing all out. They can get him for some damage. Famous last words, eh? Maybe I did want the... You know what? No. I doubt the 1 damage matters, but... there we go. But it might. Again, they can just, slap down a Gutter Snipe and win right here. Yeah, I think we're dead. So, the question is, do we let our opponent kill us? So grab the prize. There's a Sneaky Snacker. They'd be at 13 had I attacked with the Mull Drifter, so that doesn't really solve our problems here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another boarding party. So we have to hope they have no spells in hand. There's a snap, or that we hit snap. Amazing, we hit the snap. I should have played this Gruul Turf for that reason, but I mean, it's fine. Alright, no response. We still could very easily be dead here, though. Alright, we're going to go Growth Spiral. Play the Gruul Turf. No response. So had we had the Gruul Turf open, we would have 1 extra mana, and still not enough to cast the other thing. Grazer. And nope. And this time we're going to move to combat. We're going to go Mull Drifter, Saga Wilding, party. That's 6-12, so they need to block at least 1 of these boarding parties. But they were going to anyway. Alright, so let's see if our opponent can kill us. I'm surprised they weren't able to kill us last turn. They should be able to kill us this turn with 3 open mana and an active Gutter Snipe on the battlefield while I'm at 13 with the Labadart on the board. So they go Faithless Looting. Let's see what they discard. It's also double Fiery Temper. That's 10 down to 1, so we're dead. Alright, concede game. Alright, so we are going to move on. Alright, see, this type of math I like. Combat math is much more difficult, because there's various different ways of the division, because it's basically division, and it's there's various different ways to divide that would come to a different total based on this. Not total, not minuendo. I'm forgetting all my terms. Divisor? No, the divisor is the dividend. Yeah, it would come to something like that. I don't know. Now, I did say I wanted lightning bolts for Gutter Snipe, but I'm also going to be cutting lightning bolts. Snap wasn't actually that great, though, so we can just get rid of the snap, even though it's good with weather. We can bring in a bolt. I'm actually going to cut one of these Avenging Hunters, because I think it's a liability in the face of all their Sneaky Snackers. Actually, I take that back. Yeah, no, I really shouldn't have. I don't know what I was thinking here. This is not a well-boarded sideboard. These lightning bolts should clearly be Pyroblasts. But this is why we run through these practice leagues anyway, for building and testing and such.
Okay, and also, I'm still having fun. This is one of the decks that I love to play, because you have fun even when you lose. This is such a pretty deck to play with, and the cards are just so Timmy. It reminds me of like when I was a child. We're going to probably... I wonder if I should be running the 3 Sagu Wilding, because, well, we'll discuss it at the end. Probably after this match, if we end up losing here. The benefit is this league's already been incredibly long, and I do have work to do today. I was trying to get this league out of the way so I could do my Ruby Storm video tomorrow. Okay, yes, it is that. So this hand has Weather the Storm, so I guess I will keep it, even though it's incredibly slow. No, it's just too slow. Oh, that's even worse. We're going down to 5. Well, that's the league. All right, that's unfortunate. Okay, we'll keep. We won't concede yet, but I'm pretty sure we've just lost. So this, that, and we'll get rid of this island here, right? Yeah. Okay, done. And we'll try and go to things. All right. There we go. Gruel Turf. Man, I remember when people used to whisper in the library and actually respect people's spaces. This is insane. I don't mind children, but doing it, but adults is just really frustrating. Okay. Now we're going to go this into Explore, into Forest, and Bountiful Landscape Play. All right, there we go. And we'll have 6. Oh, I can't F6. Turn off auto yields. I gotta go Bountiful Landscape, grab Island before I forget. Alright, so this sacrifice. We're gonna grab an island here. And we'll F6. And we can play in a Royal Grazer. Now it looks like our opponent kept a 1 lander, but you know, we mulliganed to 4, so we've already kind of outvalued them, because this, like, these 2 lands just kind of turns it into a mull to 6, but into like a flooded hand basically. So we're just in the waiting room now. Okay, now that guy's gone, my god, who the hell comes into the library and starts talking at full volume on their phone? Where my country gone? Like, it's crazy. Like, I was feeling bad just for like recording this video in the library, but like, I'm very, very quiet. That person had like no regard for like other people whatsoever. I was very upset with them, if you couldn't tell. One of the reasons why. Oh, okay, so that's not very good. We have to redraw all of these, but we can cast one of these. Weather the Storms to gain 9. Sure, it's better than anything else that I have going on right now. Combat. We could have held the Weather the Storm for more. For later, but I wasn't convinced that the storm count was going to get much higher considering what my draws are going to be. There's that. Okay, pass the turn. Pass the turn. We're just going to yield until the next end step here. Another one. Yeah, this Weather the Storm's not going to be doing anything. So they have the Gutter Snipe now. Cascade Flamebeaver plus Cascade Flamebeaver. We're not going to play this Forest. We're just going to let it ride. And by the way, I do think this deck actually mulligans pretty well because of these Karoo lands. As you can see, they just provide a lot of value. Now, unfortunately, we like brainstormed into air. Like, what the storm doesn't get there, really. I'm just going to yield until next end step here. And maybe they'll give us a higher storm count. Alright, down to 19. So what the storm isn't really here to go like that big. It's mostly just gain 9 or 10 life to tempo them while we swing in for combat damage. They should swing in for 3 here. They do. Okay, good. And what do we do now? So now, hopefully we draw something that can refill our hand or go crazy. Next turn. Yeah, that's pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll play the Annoyed Altasaur. Okay. Saga Wilding was alright. 6. So that's better. Alright, there we go. We're going to swing in with the Annoyed Altasaur. I don't want to block the Sneaky Snacker with my Sago Wildling. I want to block it with my Arboreal Grazer. Make them, oh man. So nothing matters. We're good. We're almost definitely dead next turn. Yeah. Brainstorm. I don't think Pinger Burn is like... I mean, I guess Gutter's type makes it okay, but I know previously it was terrible, and we have lost this game. We are drawing that for days. Let's just save some time here. Alright, concede game. Alright, so... because that's a Brainstorm lock. We're not surviving 3 turns with 2 Cascade Flame Breathers and a Gutter Snipe on the board. Just not happening. So really unfortunate result. But, oh wait, hold on. I believe we had the moral victory. Just joking around there. Okay, yeah, 1 and 2. So would I take this league again? Absolutely. I really like how it played. I think some of my choices were pretty poor, and that's contributed to our result. I would say this: if you were to bring this deck to a league and play it well, you'd probably go between 3 and 2 and 2 and 3. So not very good, but really fun to play. And that's why you play this deck. So, and that's also why you should play Magic in general. Of course, that's not always the case. There's a lot of... So, I guess where's my thing here? There's some players who are called... so, I don't know if you know about this, but there's Timmy players, Spike players, and Johnny players. Now, I don't really know what the difference between Timmy and Johnny is. It seems to be kind of the same to me, except... like Timmy, they have these cards they really like and they want to play. I'm like, sure, like that makes sense. I guess it's because of the specific, but it's like, whereas Johnny, like, oh, they like the flavor of the like the story that the deck's telling, and that's what they play it. But I don't really see a difference between that Timmy and that form of Johnny. Johnny combo, yes, there's a clear difference between Timmy and Johnny combo. I'm more of a Johnny combo player, although I do really like the flavor of the story that a deck is telling, which is how I build decks. I think your deck should be telling a story. What else was I talking about? But then there are Spike players, and Spike players are the players who love the competition. That is why they play. Now everyone has like a balance of these 3 archetypes. I'm mostly Johnny, a little bit of Timmy, very low Spike. I really don't care about the competitive element of it. And typically Spike players absolutely despise Johnny players. Because they come in with a really wonky deck and they spend so long, like, figuring out the meta game, thinking, okay, this, and you come in with a wonky deck that, like, this off chance, like, blows them out of the water. They get pretty upset, and understandably so, because of the amount of time they put into it. But that's that's Magic, though. Anyway. So I really like this going forward. I think Sago Wildling really helped fix the mana, but I feel like 3 is too much. It's too much air. 22, how many untapped lands do you have? 2, 3, 9, 11, 12. Is that enough to support my Karoo land mana base? 12 and 10. I remember when I was previously testing it, I wanted it at 14, but how did I even do that? How did I get it to 14? I guess I didn't. I was running 23 lands. That's been at 13. Alright, so that's fine. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut a Sago Wildling. Brainstorm, I don't think I have enough, like, actual shuffle effects now to run 4 of. Previously, I was running 4 Ash Barons. We have the Sago Wildling, yes, and we have, like, the boarding party and stuff like that, but I don't actually think we are that consistent with shuffling the deck. I've already added the Power Blast into Heroes where it should have been. You could see how poorly that was sideboarded. I did not elephant the deck before doing this, and I realized it just doesn't fit in there. Anytime I'd want to bring it in, it just doesn't really fit. Yeah, I think this should be a 3rd Muldrifter in order to help deal with the flood a little bit. Now, the person who did the changes recommended Malevolent Rumble, but I only like Malevolent Rumble with more Treemire, so I need to have more Treemire in the main and then 1 Malevolent Rumble in there, and I just would rather have the Muldrifter, I think. does give you more turn 2 plays, but we already have 4, 8. And I will count Arboreal Grazer as a turn 2 play. Yeah, I think we have enough turn 2 plays. We didn't really seem to struggle doing anything on turn 2, did we? Yeah. There's also the Saga Wilding, which is a fine play as well. Yeah, I mean, we have uses for our mana. 3 Saga Wilding did help a lot with the consistency, though. But it did expose us more to flooding out. So I think the third Muldrift was probably right. You could also go 3 Avenging Hunter, but I like it as a 2-up because it's not always good. Yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments, if there's anything you would change to this, because I'm always open to suggestions. And yeah, I hope you had fun despite the abysmal record. I would say it's mostly on me for not, I mean, I probably could have gone 2-3 this league, I'd imagine, if I played a little better. Well, and had the, well, I would have had probably 2 matches, I think. I think I could have beat that UB player if I had Pyroblast in the sideboard. And I think I could have beat that elf player had I actually played well. But anyway, I didn't. That is not what happened. Alright, so that is the video. I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun playing it. Alright, and I'll see you for the next one, which will be on my competitive deck, which is, well, my most competitive deck, which is Ruby Storm. Okay, there we go. Oop. Okay. Oh, come on. I'm recording on my phone here, and my thumbs are callous, and this is a really nice phone, and it still does not recognize my thumbs and stuff. And it's just like, I think I got sold a ribber on this phone here. Or wait, no, sold a bridge on this phone. Okay. See you for the next one.